Good morning, Royal View. Mr. Pavlich here. I want to wish all of you a happy Wild Wednesday, our first Wild Wednesday that we're doing of the school year. Every time we have a Wild Wednesday at Royal View, we want everyone to wear their Wild About Reading t-shirts. I'm not wearing my shirt right now because I plan to be wearing it on Wednesday. Every time we have a Wild Wednesday, we are going to share a story with all of you, and today's story is the classic children's story, Where the Wild Things Are. This story came out in 1963. I was not yet born in 1963, but when I was an elementary student like all of you, it was very, very popular. It was one of my favorite books then, and it's one of my favorite books now. Here's the cover. Where the Wild Things Are, Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. And another. His mother called him, "Wild Thing," and Max said, "I'll eat you up." And he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew, until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story, Where the Wild Things Are. Stay tuned to the announcements for many more Wild Wednesdays throughout the school year. We'll do these once a month, leading up to Right to Read Week in February and March. And one of our favorite days of the year, the Family Literacy Night event in March. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope all of you have a wonderful Wild Wednesday.